Hello and welcome everyone to the closing session, the final presentation for the 4th annual Authortube Writing Conference presented by our banner sponsor, Later Press. And for this closing session, we're going to share some of our personal highlights and how we move forward, or how we feel moving forward in our writing life. And at the end, we'll talk about the future of the conference. But before we do that, I'm Shanon. I write under the name of S.C. Huston, fantasy romance author, and also part of the Authortube Writing Conference, one of the 3 chairs, and founder and chair of the conference. So it's so great to see the whole weekend is now done. This is a lot of planning that we've gone into it, so I'm so happy to be here. And we would like to take a moment to recognize our sponsors that we've had this year. And they have helped to make this conference incredible. Especially, I love the information we received on Later Press earlier, and then we learned about WTC Creatives on Saturday night. So we have lots of great presentations from them, and they also have great platforms to go and check out.
Yay, gotta love it. Later Press is amazing, and I have all of my works on there through my website as well. And of course, WTC Creatives did my website as well as I'll Call Indie. And if you don't know me by now, at the end of the conference, my name is Devon. I write fantasy and steampunk. I'm also the publicity chair for the AWC. And just a quick reminder, you have the rest of the day to fill out the feedback forms for any and all of the presentations that you've watched. And if you include your name and email, you'll be entered into our random drawing. And every year, our prizes just get bigger and better. And this year we have 83 prizes with almost $10,500 worth of prizes. So don't forget to fill out that feedback form if you want to get some cool stuff. And I will pass it off to Kauffman.
Hello. As Devon said, if you don't know me by now, I am Kauffman, daily writing streamer with the Right Now community, 540 streams and counting, and also so honored to be the recruitment chair for the 2025 AWC. It has been such an incredible experience. I hope I was able to fill just a little bit of Margaret's shoes this year, as we've had quite a journey, and it's been so amazing being able to be involved here with both Shanon and Devon, and with you, the Authortube community, the authors, the writers. It has been my honor and my privilege to be able to be a part of this, whether it was behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, and helping to bring to life and share all of this valuable information and making it such an awesome conference. So that's me. And before we go any farther, let's take another look at all the prizes offered by our giveaway partners.
What's up for grabs from our amazing community of giveaway partners. Longtime supporter Evan Gao is giving away 3 one-year subscriptions to Story Origin, a platform that helps authors build their email lists, find reviewers, and collaborate on promotions. The total value is $300. Scrivener, this powerhouse writing tool from Literature and Latte, is back again with 2 redeemable licenses, each good for a copy of Scrivener, the all-in-one writing studio loved by authors everywhere, with a total value of $120. The Novel Factory knocked it out of the park this year. 1 lifetime license, 3 standard annual subscriptions, and 10 basic annual subscriptions, all for their platform, The Novel Factory, which helps writers go from idea to finished novel with step-by-step writing guidance. Their total donation is $1,993. From guest speaker Julie Broad with Book Launchers, veteran speaker and industry expert, giving away a 1-year license to the Author Platform Launch Kit, along with copies of her best-selling books, Self-Publish and Succeed, and Self-Promote and Succeed, a value of $134. From the Better Fast Academy, special guest speaker Becca Syme is giving away 1 seat in her Write Better Faster flagship class, perfect for writers looking to create a system that actually works with their brain, a value of $399. From guest speaker Thomas Umstad Jr. with his company Author Media, he's donating lifetime access to his course, How to Get Booked as a Podcast Guest, helping authors build visibility through podcasting. This has a value of $249. The next one is from the company Writing Habit. They are offering 2 pro subscriptions to their platform, Writing Habit, a daily tracking and accountability app for writers who want to build consistent habits. And the total value of this is $156. From guest speaker Mel Power, a 3-month membership to her Scroll and Scribe Accelerator, a powerful community and coaching space for authors looking to finish their books, with a value of $150. We also have an incredible collection of giveaways coming directly from the talented speakers who are part of this year's conference, each one a generous gift from their own creative or professional work. From guest speaker Madeline James, we have a 1-hour fantasy world building consultation, a great opportunity for one lucky writer to dive deep into their story world with expert guidance, and this prize has a value of $100. Kara Hartley is truly going above and beyond with 6 separate prizes that include 1 alpha reading, 1 beta reading, and full editorial services that include 1 developmental edit, 1 line edit, 1 copy edit, and 1 proofread. Considering the rates for the average novel at the size of 90,000 words, the combined value of her contributions totals a remarkable $4,230. From our keynote speaker and guest speaker, Michael Laron, we have 2 giveaways. 1 ebook copy of From Page to Platform by Maddie Dalrymple and ML Ron, and 1 audiobook copy of The Pocket Guide to Pantsing by ML Ron with a total value of $40. Guest speaker AF Stewart is offering 2 giveaway packages. The first includes 4 ebooks from the Hayward and Anderson Consulting Detective series, and the second is a pre-release ebook bundle of Murder, Magic, and Maple Fudge, along with 2 digital artworks. Together, these have a total value of $11. From guest speaker Elaine Canyon, there are 4 prizes: a signed copy of Love, Ships, and Sea Serpents, 2 ebooks of Love, Dryads, and Murder, and a bundle of Love, Ships, and Sea Serpents with Love, Mystique, and Mermaids, plus a virtual 1-hour author design consultation. Altogether, these are valued at $76. J.M. Chelly is donating a signed hardcover copy of The Unlife of Lisa Cooper, Conviction, valued at $20. From guest speaker D.L. Tillery, we have 2 great prizes: a signed paperback of Cagliostro, Tale of the Liberton Limited Edition, and a digital bundle exploring the world of Cagliostro. Combined, these are worth $35. Guest speaker Sam Wicker is contributing 3 prizes: signed paperbacks of I'm No Hero and The Belle Earth Witch, both with swag as 2 of the prizes, plus an ebook bundle that includes I'm No Hero, The Belle Earth Witch, and Capture the Empress. All of these together have a value of $61. From Joe at Six Cats Press, we have 2 prizes related to his book, Mars Hill, 1 signed paperback and 1 ebook copy, with a combined value of $11. From guest speaker Holly Rhiannon with the Stygian Society, there's an ebook bundle of the Stygian Collection, Dark Flock, 13 Haunted Nights, and the Christmas Bird Diary, totaling $20 in value. And finally, from MM Ward, 1 lucky winner will receive an ebook or a book series of their choice from her catalog, with a value of approximately $6. And of course, we couldn't finish the giveaway announcements without sharing what the conference itself and I personally am offering this year. As part of the AWC hosted giveaways, we're including 2 special prizes. 1 is a piece of AWC merchandise of your choice up to a value of $30. The second is an ebook of your choice by any presenter with a value of up to $15. It's a great way to dive deeper into the work of our amazing speaker lineup. And then for me personally, writing under the name of S.C. Huston, I'm contributing 4 giveaway prizes. These include 1 copy each of the limited special hardcover editions of A Curse of Scales and Feathers and A Curse of Wings and Gems, a choice of any ebook from my catalog, an audiobook copy of The Sunstone and the Hybrid Prince, and 1 free entry to my Fated Adventures Story Mail, a 6-month immersive romantasy mystery experience. Altogether, these prizes have a total value of $170. We've had a few more giveaways added since the last video, and I'll run through these really quickly. We've got 4 4 bookish prizes from Devon Gambrell to include some cool swag. Got a signed paperback copy of Alexa Shea's book. 3 prizes from Chris Lilly to include tarot cards and a reading. 2 ebook copies of The Trope Thesaurus by Jennifer Hilt. 1 free dialogue doctor coaching session with Laura Hum. 9 prizes from JD Estrada to include ebooks, paperbacks, and even a 1-hour consultation for book translations. Next, we have 2 prizes from the company known for beautiful cover designs, Miblart, who are offering a personalized book cover critique and $15 off your next book cover. From Shirley Jump, we've got 3 prizes with an ebook and 2 entries into her courses. And last, we've got 1 prize from Rachel D. Adams offering a full blurbing for your book. This is a total of 83 prizes worth over $10,000. To enter the giveaways, make sure you fill out a feedback form on any and all presentations you attended during the conference. Entries for the giveaway prizes will be accepted until 11:59 p.m. Sunday, June 29th.
Wow. Wow. That is so cool. I am so jealous. There are so many things that I wanted on there, from books to sessions to help you improve as a writer to tools and resources. And it is going to be so cool. Whoever wins either maybe some of these prizes or more of these prizes. And I think it's such an awesome thing that so many of our speakers and our authors in the community were able to give and offer some of these things for you, the Authortube writing community. I wish I could win. I'm like, all right, so here's the way I look at it. I'm going to win vicariously through each of you. So make sure that if you want to get any of these cool things as narrated by our incredible narrator over here during our giveaway, that you sign up for or that you go fill out the feedback form. You can fill it out on any speaker for any presentation out of our 40, 50 plus presentations throughout the AWC. And yeah, so another thing that closes at the end of today includes the speaker awards. So if you haven't voted yet, check out the 4 awards. This is just a fun way to be able to be involved in the conference, and it's not meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah. And I just want to stop real quick and say thank you. I do not ever expect anything like this. I totally appreciate it. And of course, it takes just more than me to make this work for the AWC. And thank you, Felicia, too. So without
you've done some incredible work. You go like a trillion above and beyond to make this possible. So like huge thank you for what you do for the Authortube community.
Thank you. And thank you for being here with me. All right, so there's another thing that closes today, and that is the challenges and games that are found in the attendee packet. So you do have the feedback forms. Now you also have voting on the awards. You also have the games, and there's cash prizes. There's Amazon award gift cards, that you can win for the games and the challenges that are in the attendee packet. There's 3 of them, and you can win up to 2 of them, but not in the same category because we do have a winner and a runner up. So multiple people have gotten the same answer for some of the games, and so they will just be entered into a drawing, and from there. So, sorry. And catch it on Devon's channel, Manic Monday, June 30th. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. We're going to talk about who won the giveaways, who won the challenges and the games in the attendee packet, and who won all the awards. And we actually do have other awards besides the speaker awards. We also have where our volunteers, they wanted to be able to give awards to who they thought was great as a volunteer. So there's volunteer awards that they're voting on. And then we get to choose, we get to vote on a volunteer as well. So there's one award that we are voting on. So. Sorry, Devon.
Oh, no, you're fine. And yes, Kat and Shelly will be on with us as well for Manic Monday. It's going to be great.
Ooh, yes, love it.
Like an after hours party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Kat was part of the awards committee that came up with the awards, and Shelly is part of the anthology committee. So, yeah.
Yes. But even with the countdown on these fun parts of the conference, we have one thing that has to sorry, I'm just blowing through all of that. Just open and will be open through the end of July, and that is the AWC Anthology. Many of the attendees and speakers have been asking for an anthology since the conference has first been a thing back in 2022, I think it was. That was the first conference. Because they felt inspired by everything that they learned during the conference. So now you get to submit. So be sure to check out that anthology form, okay? Okay.
Awesome. And I know we've been on such a journey. Before we bring our some of our other speakers on to join us, Shanon, Devon, I have to know, what was your favorite part of the conference?
Sleeping? No, I'm just kidding. Realizing that I could go to bed at night and not have anything waiting for me to get done to make this as great as possible. But yes, no, I've learned so much. There are things I know that I've been wanting to do. Like Letterpress is one of those things that's been on my to-do list. And so now, seeing more about the platform, I'm like, yep, I'm doing this. And this is like moved up on my to-do list. And after seeing James's presentation last night for WTC Creatives, like I already knew I was going to contact him. I already contacted him for the AWC website because we're going to transfer it to another site. So it's cheaper because we're paying a lot of money right now for it. I was like, oh, he can do that too. Oh, I should get his help on this page on my author website because I'm trying to set up this page and I've been having trouble with it. And so I was like, okay. I said, James, do I need to contact you again or we do it all in the same one? He said, we can do it all in the same one. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's so much I've been leaving. And gosh, the world building, there's just so many things. I can't like pull out which ones I think are the best. And I liked how a lot of the presentations kind of supported each other.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, definitely the productivity ones with Mel, Alex, and all of the presentations are blurring together. There's not just one that stands out. I was super happy though because I have been using Letterpress for the better part of the year, and of course my website and All Call Indie were created by WTC Creatives. So I was just happy that like, yes, people, you're gonna love it.
What about you, Kauffman?
You know what's interesting is that there's so many conferences. There's so many types of events out there. And I think one of the things that I really appreciate is that we keep the Authortube Writing Conference a free thing, a free resource for the community. A lot of writing conventions and conferences out there will charge you to check out the presentations and then will charge you to watch the replays. The beautiful thing about this is we have so much information from all of our speakers on writing mindset, writing technique, publishing, and the author journey, and it's all free and you can go check it out at any time. It's all linked on the playlist. And I think the fact that it's all an available resource is so cool because I had so much fun in so many of the presentations, but I know probably on like Monday or Tuesday, I'm just going to go back and play the whole playlist. So make sure like don't lose the playlist link. Just go back, watch all the videos because there's so much value. And for someone like myself who's always working, I like to listen to things in the background. Like you can bet I'm going to get so much value out of all of those, even if I'm not using all of them right now, because I think it's so incredible. So a little bit of everything. Thank you. So let's see. So I think now's probably a really, really great time to bring on some of our speakers.
Caught you right in the middle of drinking coffee. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Welcome, everyone. Please take a moment to introduce yourselves and tell us about what you presented this year.
We could start with Sheniqua. You want to go first?
I'm good. So hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sheniqua Johnson, also known as Sheniqua Inspires. And it's been such a great weekend. There was just so much information. Resources, like it was so full of resources, and I'm grateful for the replay because when you're sitting and you're watching and you're getting these nuggets, you're like, wait a minute, I think I need to hear this again and again. So it was definitely an impactful weekend. Kudos to the team for putting it together. I had the privilege of being able to come on and share yesterday about how to maximize your message. Everybody has a story to tell, but how do we get it out to the masses. And so I talked from going from a book to a podcast. And actually, you caught me sipping from my cup. This is that Sisterly Sundays was actually the podcast that started that whole conversation. It was started as like a Facebook Live that I was doing and ended up turning it into a book, and then eventually turned it into a full-blown podcast. So I was grateful to be able to share the possibilities. And there's no wasted effort. If you've created your product, you can just repurpose it, repackage it, redesign it, and you've got so much content for days. I think a lot of people always question, where do I get all of the content from? I can't produce all of this content all the time. I mean, it's literally right there. And so we have to, come from the guys. We've got to work smarter, not harder. And so going from book to podcast is literally just repurposing the work that you've already done and presenting it to a new audience, a larger audience, a more versatile audience, to get your message out there. Because I know many of our writers, the reason why we write is because of the message. We want the impact. We want to shape lives. We want to transform individuals. So what better way to do it than to get visible by taking what you already have and maximizing it? So I've had a great time this weekend. Thank you.
All right, Sam.
Hey everybody, I'm writer Sam Wicker. You can find me on all the socials via writer Sam Wicker if you want to search. My links are also always down below my live streams. And I am a writer of romantasy, fantasy, and fantasy with a lot of spice. And I got the privilege of doing a presentation, actually kind of two, on how to create believable dialogue. And I think I paid more attention to dropping references than I did to actually information. But yeah, learned a lot, studied a lot on it myself. So I hope y'all can catch the replay if you weren't live. And I also was on Lauren Adele's channel doing morally black, white, and gray characters. And of course, I am team morally gray.
And Heather, you're on mute.
Didn't want to. I wanted to make sure I didn't interrupt. Okay. Hi. I'm Heather Dewey Pettet, and I'm an author, editor, and artist. And so I, my session was called "Will My Line Editor Change My Voice?" And talked a lot about a lot of authors tend to fear working with line editors. They think they're going to change their voice, change their work so much it doesn't represent what they wanted to do with it. I really enjoyed everybody participating and helping me out with some stuff. Those of you who are trying to help me with my technical issues, I appreciate that. Also, I for the sessions that I actually attended, let's see, one of them was the woman who talked about nonfiction, and there were a couple of people. There was one that talked about taking that sort of thing and turning it into a podcast. That was very, very informational, and I liked that one. And there were a couple on nonfiction. I actually have a nonfiction book I'm working on, and hopefully that will be finished this summer.
Yay. I think I actually caught a little bit of everybody here on the panel, all of your guys's, because there's only so much of us. We can't make all of them, and I think I was in all of your guys's this weekend, so it was really great. And Sam, I don't think you did too much with the references. You gave us where you got your information from, and I thought it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam, I was in your session, and I loved I think people love anti-heroes. People love morally gray heroes and villains and antagonists, and that's always such a favorite one. And I think because a lot of the times when you have that contrast between the bad, the evil, and the good to such extreme extents, they tend to stick with people more often.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say we do have, I know we already did the video, but I still want to show the graphic and cover you up here, Sam. But if you want to take a couple minutes, talk about your giveaways.
All right. So you will be receiving a signed copy of I'm No Hero, which is my debut beast of a novel. It's huge. It'll make a hero out of you. It's this sucker right here. And some swag to go along with it. I'm not going to reveal what the swag is because it's special. And also a signed copy of The Bell Earth Witch, which is also another title under the Sam Wicker pen name. And it's a small town paranormal kind of fantasy with witches and kidnappings and all that good stuff. And the last one is ebooks of I'm No Hero, The Bell Earth Witch, and of course Capture the Empress, which is my spicy book under SW Lupine.
Alrighty. Well, are there any presentations that you guys hope to go back and watch first? Or catch for the first time? Because I'm sure there's probably some that you guys missed too.
Many.
I'm just gonna start at the top of the playlist, like just
Yeah.
like,
I was like,
open the top.
I completely agree. I'm like, there's so many. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I listen to so many parts of so many great ones. I'm like, I'm just gonna listen to it all, and I'll probably listen to it all like multiple times.
Again, yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
I think here, even as the just said Michael's talk, I have listened to it twice now because he sent it to us ahead of time, and then we watched it during the premiere. And I will probably go back and watch that one again when I know I need to, remember the love we have for writing and how we can affect people that we're writing to.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to rewatch everything, but I really want to see Adara's No Product, No Problem, because I think that would really help with like pre-sales and getting the word out there more and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Mom Mag says watch all the marketing stuff.
Yeah.
What about you, Heather?
Yeah, ditto. Yeah, same thing. And the one that was just mentioned, especially. So I'm not quite done with my book. So
one thing I realized is that so we try to hit all the different presentations throughout the conference. But when it comes to Sunday morning, every year I find myself not able to watch the first few presentations because I'm putting together the last stuff for the closing session. I was like, how can I do this better in the future? So.
Yeah, especially when we're jumping around between streams, making sure everything is running smoothly. So I caught a little bit here, a little bit there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to watch everything without the distraction of hopping around and commenting.
Yeah, I felt like I was the same way. There was like some really great conversations, and I popped in and out of conversations, but I'm like, I want to actually be able to fully absorb this information. And then there were also a lot of topics like about advertising and a lot of topics about marketing, and especially like Devon, what you just did with doing in-person activations with when your book is out. I think that is so cool. I'm not there yet, but I know like when I get there later this year, I'm like, I'm going to need it.
Yes. And you don't have to take 6 months like it took me to do. And I think that's what I love most about the conference is everyone's helping each other. Especially you, Sheniqua, you're like the inspiration. Amazing. I loved it. And so many ideas for going into the next steps. I've never thought about podcasting, but the inkling's there now.
Yeah, it's an easy way to keep the conversation going, especially for those of you who write series books, and it will probably even spark more ideas. If you're bringing on guests and I know you guys have like the anthology coming up, like all of these great things. Like just imagine if you have this platform, it's just it starts out from your book. It could start that way, but then it can actually just grow and you have more ideas and you get a new audience and you keep writing forever and ever. And it's really a helpful resource that many people think it's hard to do. And I always tell people, like, man, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm not very tech savvy. All I have is this mic, and I've got StreamYard, and it's like the rest is magic. It's not as difficult as we tend to think it is, but you just have to get outside of your comfort zone. And I think that's probably the main kicker. But look, all of the speakers, you had all these different speakers. They were talking about mindset. Like, so if you watch the playlist again, I'm telling you, you'll be ready to start any new thing. And if for those people who haven't written a book, I heard a lot of feedback. A lot of people were saying, like, man, like, fire is lit to start writing. So I was at a writing conference and I don't have a book. Everybody else seemed to have a book, but it sparked something. So, this conference was so impactful. Like, you just really don't understand the impact that it's made, so for all of the effort that you did and everything was so seamless and well organized, and, you put everything together, know that it's working for authors, but it's also working to inspire writers.
Yeah.
So that was a beautiful birthing process that occurred from this conference.
Awesome. That's our goal. So.
Yeah, I feel like Sheniqua, yours is definitely one of the ones that I missed out on, because I do a lot of podcasting and I'm like, I want to watch it, but I'm too spread out thin right now. So like, I got to like put it on my to watch list with all the other playlists.
Good job.
I think we had at least two. I think there's a third one that was about podcasting, and every single presentation was different from the other one. So you could learn something different about it. So,
and I think that's what's really cool. I know you had mentioned that earlier, Shanon, but there's a lot of topics that are like tangentially related. So I feel like you're able to learn a number of different facets about each of these different areas. And they're all things that we should be doing. I mean, a lot of them are like writing technique or parts of being an author, the author brand. Like, a lot of writers should probably be doing a podcast in this day and age and things like that. So I think that's actually really powerful.
Well, where can people find out more about all of you guys? And I know Heather and Sam, we've been around each other, but I would love to learn more about where people can find you, Sheniqua, because I think it's your first conference.
Well, they can go to my website, sheniquainspires.com. But I'm right here on YouTube, and I appreciate everyone so much who stopped in to watch the presentation. They were subscribing as well. Subscriptions are like what we live on here on the YouTube world. So I really appreciate that. And so my handle on YouTube is Sheniqua Inspires. If you're on social media, you can find me, Sheniqua Inspires, on pretty much anything. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all under Sheniqua Inspires.
What I want to add is that many in the chat we're constantly on YouTube. If you guys don't know, she does live streams in the mornings. So I stop over there all the time. That's how I found her. I was like, so I stop in there and say, hey, whenever I can. Sometimes my computer's been acting up for 3 weeks. So I stop in and like the button, and I had to leave out because my computer wants to shut down on me. But so I haven't been able to say anything for a couple of weeks, but that's how I found her. And so Monday, in the mornings, is it Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do the morning walk and talk with Sheniqua Inspires. I used to be out here walking, but I had like a surgery, and so I was on recovery. And then I discovered I could stream it, and so I can be on YouTube and Facebook at the same time if I just stayed in my house. So we've just been staying at home, and we've been doing more talking. And people always ask, well, where do you come up with the content for that? I don't. I just show up, and the content literally comes to me. So I think sometimes people overcomplicate things. And so I'm steady with that. I'm steady with my podcast, The Black Girl Encourage Her, where that one is different because I bring on guests. And, the podcasting world has just been a blessing to me. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we connected. And I look forward to, connecting with many, many, many more people.
And that was definitely the key. Just show up.
Yes.
Just start.
That's it. You can always grow. That's the thing. You always can grow. I started my podcast, Sisterly Sundays podcast. It was 7 minutes. I was like, all I'm committing to is 7 minutes on a Sunday. That's it. And then once you get on there, the flow starts coming. You start chatting with these imaginary people. They're not really in your face, but you feel like they're right in your home with you. And you start chatting, and it became 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Like, you just have to show up. That's it. That's the hardest part, is to show up.
I think that's so powerful. I think, like you said, a lot of times authors, and especially when they're trying to build out their brands or get more exposure, they make things too difficult. Yeah. And I know a lot of the times, part of the win is the consistency, which is why I tell people all the time, right? I did so many streams, but there's so many times where I show up to a stream and I made mistakes and I messed up and it just didn't look good. But that didn't minimize the fact that I created a consistent process. And I'm sure each of you here can probably relate with that through your own journeys, that if just by coming up with some type of a routine, that anybody here can be successful with what they want to achieve. And I think everybody who's watching this, all of our authors here in the community, you've done a great job. You've shown up to the Authortube Writing Conference. You've started that. So whether you're further in your journey or you're just starting out, absorb all the information and then ask yourself, what is the next thing that you're going to do? On whether it's getting your book finished or getting it published or marketing it, what's that next thing you're going to do?
I'd also like to add that the way that like Sheniqua is approaching it, just showing up, that's actually very popular right now because of AI. Like people want to see you and who you are. So if you're making mistakes, they love that. They want to see your mistakes because you're a human. So.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Always a good reminder.
Oh,
yes. I'm a human. I actually don't have clones, but I am a human.
I want a clone.
Wait, we don't have clones yet.
Right. Well, no, the Authortubers who are on that night, they believe I have at least 9 clones.
We got 9 other SDs out there.
I wish one of them was real. But.
Oh man. Well, I'm really curious as we're thinking through like the AWC and all of this information and all of the great presentations and conversations. What are you guys hoping to achieve with some of this information, with some of this stuff? What are you guys going to do next with this? I'd love to hear from you, Chief.
How are you going to apply what you learn?
I heard growing and applying. What about you? If you're in the chat, we would love to hear from you. Drop a comment.
Oh, I was just rephrasing it in the teacher way, which is how are you going to apply what you've learned?
The true hallmarks of a teacher.
I really think I'm going to use some of Devon's tips about going local because I have not gotten up the nerve to do that just yet. I went to one bookstore, and I'm like, I'm done.
So I forgot to tell this story. So when I went into my first bookstore, my friend came with me and I had a bag of my books and they took 3 of them. And then we walked outside and I sat down at the restaurant for like a solid hour just drinking water. Like,
Many of us are introverts.
Definitely. And my husband was with me with that one bookstore too, and he did most of the talking, and I'm like, no, I can't do this.
My husband has gone to the local library and asked how I can get my book in it, and then came back and told me how to do it, and that was like almost 2 years ago.
I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to doing the live bookstore stuff.
You're more of an extrovert.
My goal is just to live stream everything, though. I'm going to live stream the whole process.
Right.
that would be
Whether
fantastic.
people show up or not.
I would say you're more of an extrovert.
Just a little bit. I like
Extroverted introvert.
Exactly. That's how I always used to go extro introvert. But I think I realized that just through time and growth that it's the balance of both. I can be both extroverted and introverted, and there's no right or wrong to that.
Right.
So anyone who wants to go to their local bookstores, just get Kauffman to fly out to you and have him walk in with you. It'll be
Exactly.
perfect.
Right. Exactly. You know what, Kauffman, this is going to be coming to a bookstore near you, Kauffman on demand.
So I could pretend to be an extrovert when it's not for myself. And I'm going to Author Nation this year. I went 2 years ago when it was still 20 bucks, 50K. And I had information in my hands and walked around to all the vendors and said, would you like to speak at the Authortube Writing Conference? Not once did I talk to anyone about my books. So I could do it for the conference, but not for my books.
But I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily a good or a bad thing, because really I feel like, and I mean, you have way more experience with conferences than I do, but in my experience, networking with people and just getting yourself, like getting people aware of you is probably just as powerful, because then if they're really interested, they'll go check out your stuff. They'll go buy your book.
I don't think I got any book sales off of it.
Aww.
But I was happy to get some people. That's how I got drafted digital as a keynote speaker that year. Just by talking to them. So
Nice.
a different language. Are any of you guys in local bookstores? I mean, Sam, I already know your story, but Heather, you're not published yet. So I guess this question is only for Sheniqua then.
I actually am in a few local bookstores, some libraries, which was a nice accomplishment. The work that I do with my publishing company, Stronger Through Faith Media, is that's the plight that I'm on, trying to help my authors, kind of follow the blueprint, the roadmap to get into that, because it's like a high achievement, for writers to be in stores or in libraries or someplace where people can get access to them. So it's always a plus. It's a plus.
Yeah, I mean, Devon was talking about how she sold like 50 books in the last 4 months just by going to her local bookstore.
Mm-hmm. And you got to put in that work. Honestly, it's not as easy as we think it is. We see the stocks are full in the bookstores, and also there's not a lot of bookstores. In certain areas, they're kind of like dwindling down because everything is like online, everything is on Amazon. But you got to put that footwork in to go in and get your stories out there.
I was actually telling Devon that there's no bookstores in my area. I'm in a very small town over here, very rural where I'm at, and there's no bookstores.
Yeah.
Sad. That's where when I found out about the bookshop.org with the ebooks.
That's good.
Which you said that, I was going to say, you didn't have the ebook. It's not at those, like the library or whatnot, or the bookstore, because you don't have it in Ingram Spark.
Yes. I will be uploading my book to the Ingram Spark for the ebook. That's on my to-do list next week.
So could you not go through Drafted Digital's platform to do it as well?
Not for bookshop.org. Bookshop.org is strictly Ingram Spark.
Can you do directly on bookshop.org?
Yes, but they have to pull it from Ingram Spark.
So that's not directly uploading your book?
Not directly, no.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I was curious about that, but I didn't want to interrupt your flow during your presentation. We've got lots of people who have shown up talking about the conference, about what they've gone to, what they hope to see next.
Looks like we have a lot of intro and extroverts here.
Yeah, we do have actually quite. So I've heard of the omnivert and ambivert, which are supposedly two different things, but I never remember what they are. So, but I know it's a combination of being introvert and extrovert, but there's a slight difference, and I can never remember which one's which. So, but yeah, I wish I had that skill. But okay, well, we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up, and we'll give you guys, Heather, Sam, and Sheniqua, a chance to plug yourself one more time, tell people where they can find you, and then we'll wrap up the show. And we can go back.
Well, I am Sheniqua Inspires, so you can find me any and everywhere at Sheniqua Inspires.
Nice. And I'm writer Sam Wicker. You can find me here on YouTube 5 days of the week, including Breaking the Block on Sundays, which is the writerly church that we all love and enjoy. So yeah, find me there.
And I'm Heather Dewey Pettet. You can find me at Heather Dewey Pettet pretty much everywhere on social media. I'm currently on mostly a hiatus for productivity streams at the moment, but that will be I will be coming back to that. Looks like late August or probably early September. Going to work on that on my schedule. But anyway, yeah.
And we're going to play the ads again one more time, but stay tuned. On the other side of the ads, we will be saying our last thoughts as the chairs here, and the future of the conference, because we do have some notes. So.
Awesome.
Kauffman.
Awesome. Sweet. I like totally almost forgot. So I just wanted to say that really quick. So as something that I was really inspired by with this conference was our critique panel, was the first page critique. And after hearing and listening to everyone's comments yesterday and throughout the conference, I didn't know that there was such an interest and a demand for audiobook narration services. So what's interesting is I had already planned on launching audiobook narration services later in the summer, but due to popular demand, I would like to officially announce that I am offering audiobook narration services starting today. It won't be up on the website for about another week, but for anybody who's interested in it, you can sign up, we can talk through it, because I do have the equipment and the capability to be able to produce audiobooks. I'm just launching it a little earlier than I had originally anticipated due to popular demand and interest. And everybody who knows who works with me, I give huge discounts for all my stuff because I try to be affordable, because creating a book takes a lot of money. And I think trying to find ways to be as affordable as possible. And I think we all can agree here, we should all have audiobooks. But not everybody, creating an audiobook is a bit of a process. So definitely feel free to reach out. I know one of the mods dropped it in the chat, and yeah. So thanks for giving me the quick shout out for anybody who is wanting to turn their book into an audiobook, which is, by the way, one of the fastest growing, continuing to be one of the fastest growing markets.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Devon? I think you might be mute, right?
Muted.
I had the pop up just as I started to talk. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Don't forget to fill out those feedback forms and vote on the awards and submit answers for the games in the attending packet. Yes, because Manic Monday is tomorrow, and we want to know. We want to celebrate and share the giveaways with everyone. But again, my name is Devon. I write fantasy and steampunk. You can find me here on YouTube and Instagram. And that's how it's shit.
And I'm Shanon, of course, your host and one of your hosts and chairs and founder of the conference. And I want to thank all of our volunteers, all of our speakers. Thank you to Later Press and WTC Creatives. Thank you to Devon and Kauffman. Without all of you guys and all of our, I said volunteers, but moderators, kudos to you out in the chat, taking care of all of us and the speakers. We couldn't do this conference without you guys. With all that said, we almost couldn't do this conference this year. It probably was never in danger, but I didn't sleep for like 3 weeks because we did have things constantly changing behind the scenes. Almost every day there was a change. I'd wake up and enumerate a list to Devon and Kauffman in Discord. Here are the changes for the day. And I realized that not every year is going to be like this. Last year we had it super easy. It was really great, but not every year is going to be like last year. And we could have another year like this. And I can't continue doing this. So we are not going to get rid of the Authortube Writing Conference, but we are talks about how we can change it. And so we want another one coming, but it's going to probably look a little bit different. It may not be as big as it has been here now and in the past. Just because I can't. Yeah, I cannot continue this this pace. So I need some sleep. And I did take a nap yesterday for 25 minutes. I fell asleep during someone's presentation for 25 minutes. So, but yeah, so I'm so very grateful. We still want to keep the spirit, the Authortube Writing Conference going. It's just going to look a little bit different in the future. And yes, it's just great. And thank you everybody in the comments. And we're so grateful for all of you guys coming. And you're on my channel, so if you want to know more about me, you can find me here.
And everyone, please drop a comment. Thank Shanon for everything she's done, because it's not an understatement how much time, energy, and work it takes to put on a conference and then deal with all the fires, all of the things that happened in the weeks leading up to it. So definitely it's incredible. And I completely agree. It's like huge round of applause to you, Shanon. So I'm just really, really appreciative.
Thank you. All right. And I think that will do it. Thank you everybody so much for coming, and we'll see you guys all later. Bye.
Awesome.
Thank you.